We'll go ahead and start with Owen.
How's it going, Kate? Good to see you again. There's a time this year where the Aces were just kind of barely hanging on to being a 500 team, but you guys seem like you've gotten everybody back healthy again, and you guys are playing comfortably, even though, maybe you're not seeing the court quite as many minutes right now. Do you feel like this team overall is really finding its chemistry, finding its groove right now?
Yeah, for sure. There's going to be highs and lows in any season. We're still figuring our things out, but it's better to figure things out when you're winning than compared to losing, obviously. But yeah, I think our focus has really been on the defensive end, and that's got to be our focus every single game. And it's been really nice having Chelsea back and having everyone else healthy as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a learning curve always. It's a new season, and I'm still glad, that I'm on this team and I'm figuring it out with them as well. And any minutes I can get, I'm gonna, try to capitalize and give it all I got whenever I'm in.
Thank you. We'll go to Nikias and then Jack.
Hi, Kate. I hope you're doing well, first and foremost. Which area of your game do you feel like you've grown the most in from the beginning of the season?
Ooh, that's a good question. Man, I don't know. I think my defense, honestly, just like having to guard really quick guards, fight over ball screens. Like last year at Iowa, I was playing more of a post position that people probably don't know that. I had to play that position for my team last year. And so when I'm guarding like Jewel Lloyd and Sabrina, like it's a lot different. So I've really had to focus on that. But that also helps that I guard really quick guards every day in practice, throughout training camp. And still like I'm guarding Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum. So that's really been a main focus for me is my defensive effort. So I think that for sure.
Okay. And there's just a quick follow-up. Obviously, you've played with Caitlin and the kind of threat she was in transition. Now you've gotten to play with Chelsea some, but you also
Yeah.
have Asia bringing the ball up the floor and stuff too.
Yeah.
Has your process in transition had to change at all this year?
Um, yeah, a little bit, I would say, just because it's a different system than what it was at Iowa. Like at Iowa, I could rim run, but here, our posts are going to rim run. And obviously, I'm typically not leaking out for layups because I'm focused on, boxing out and getting rebounds. And so it's a little different. But I know that my teammates are going to find me if I'm out in transition, but really you find me more in the corners and transition anyways, because I've noticed, that's I can get some open threes in the corners. So really you'll find me running there. Hope I didn't just give away my scouting report, but I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, it is a little different just because it's a different team, but I know that Chelsea's going to find me or Asia's, it makes us more dynamic, harder to guard whenever Asia can bring up the ball too.
Got you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Jack, and then we're going to jump back to Owen.
Hey, Kate, wanted to ask you about kind of the contingency of Iowa fans have been really showing up to the home games this year. It seems like there's just a good amount, whether whatever games they might be. I always see them kind of strolling around Mandalay Bay. But talking about that, is that something that you kind of noticed this year? And I guess are you expecting kind of a larger group of, Iowa faithful coming into the game on tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, I just think that Iowa fans travel really well, and there's Iowa fans all over the country. And so we saw that a lot last year at Iowa's. Any away game we would go to, there were Iowa fans showing up. And so when there's three Hawkeyes going to be on the same court playing against each other, like tomorrow night, I think that there could be, a good amount of Iowa fans in the building again. Because that's unheard of. Like, yeah, you might hear that at UConn or something, but you don't really, see that at Iowa as much. So it's super special, and it's a testament to what Coach Bluter built at Iowa. And so the Hawkeye fans are probably going to show out. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of them here tomorrow.
Owen, you had a follow-up?
Yes, I do. So Kate, much like every other rookie that you've got this year, you've been playing basketball pretty much, 9, 10 months straight or whatever, going back to like last September, October. But you've got the Olympic break coming up here later this month. Have you made any plans yet for what you're going to do with that month or so that you've got off?
Yeah, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go see my parents, and I'm going to see my dog and my family back home in Iowa. I think I'm going to go to an Iowa practice too, and I have to finish moving out of my Iowa City apartment, which really sucks. So I have to go do that. And then I have I have an obligation in Kansas City that I'm gonna go speak at an event there. And so yeah, I'm gonna go to a baseball game. Like I'm really just gonna try to enjoy and wind down and spend time with family.
Roy, and then we've got a couple in the room here.
Hey, Kate. I noticed when I was looking at the stat lines for you that, even with Chelsea coming back, it seems like you get a little more minutes when you were in this sort of rush of games here, 3 games between now and Friday. Um, you know, how have you been getting ready for, this sort of grind of games here before the Olympic break and prepping yourself for possibly getting thrown in more to game action?
Yeah, I think this is silly, but you kind of gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready, you just gotta be ready whenever your number's called and, step into action. And so that's fine, like I'm gonna take whatever role I've got to. And so whenever my number's called, I'm gonna go in and give my best effort. But really nothing changes. I'm still gonna be watching film. I'm still gonna, get the reps in practice and still pay attention and learn as much about the other team as I can beforehand. And so I'm ready whenever I do go in. But yeah, I mean, whenever you have 3 games in 4 days, sometimes people are going to need breaks. So I'm going to need to be ready to go in if, they call me and put me in. So, yeah, people get tired at times. I mean, my teammates hardly get tired, it feels like, but just in case I'll be ready if they need me.
Callie, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so at Iowa, you're used to playing in an array that's closer to this side.
Yeah.
And, she said, like, she pointed out that it was small. And I'm just curious about, like, what the biggest things you noticed were between the 3 arenas, like Michelob, this one, and where you live.
Yeah. Well, Carver is just like, I mean, it is just so open. Like there are not levels. It's just like one huge, like 100 stairs. So it's very open. And I loved it there, but it also there had some downfalls because it didn't feel like the fans were like on top of you. Like it got really loud in there, but like these like tiered arenas are so much more fun because it really feels like there's not like a bad seat in the house. Like up in Carver, it literally felt like you were a mile away if you're sitting at the top seat, But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm more used to arenas this size, but it's like I love playing in all arenas, and we've played in some smaller arenas at away games. Like Atlanta's is a little smaller, Washington's is a little smaller, but it still gets really loud in there and it's super fun. So it's really cool to play and see all different types of arenas. So I'm excited. I loved the lighting in this arena. So I that's the first thing I noticed was I like the lighting in here. And I came here for a Golden Knight game, and it looks a lot different than when I went to that game. So it's cool to be playing here now. Thanks. Hi.
Can you kind of let us in a little bit? Obviously, you talk about Caitlin being like your best friend, and we've all competed, and like going against your best friend is always fun. Like after the last game, kind of going into this game, what kind of like lighthearted kind of trash talk?
Yeah. Yeah, we do talk a little bit of trash back and forth. Obviously, we both want to win. We're both very competitive. And it was funny last time we played, we'd give each other a little shove, talk a little trash back and forth to each other, but it's all in good fun. Obviously, we are best friends. And more than anything, we just talk about how cool it is that we get the opportunity to play against each other, living out our dreams, right? Like we went and played 4 years together in college, and now we're both rookies in the WNBA and, getting to live out our dream. Like I just feel super grateful. Like, yeah, that's maybe happened to other people before, but I never even thought I'd be here. So the fact that I get to this opportunity is just super cool. And I think we talk more about how grateful we are than anything else.
About that experience you guys had. I remember like you guys
Yeah.
you guys were right next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. She kept trying to like talk to me and like smile at me. And I was like, hey, like I need to focus on this play. Like I was trying so hard not to mess up the play. And our Iowa coaches were right there. And so that was really cool for them. I think we got some really cool pictures of our Iowa coaches smiling at us, and Caitlin's guarding me. I'm in the corner. And so yeah, I'm hoping for more of that tomorrow night as well. And yeah, it's just super cool. The Iowa coaches are going to be here again. So I don't know where they'll be sitting, but to get to share those moments with, the coaches who really, made us into who we are today. It's pretty surreal.
My last one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've talked about this, but I don't know if I heard it. Just the way that you've been like accepted here in Las Vegas, you know what I mean? Like you come off the bench, people go bananas.
Mhm.
Like you talked a little bit about just now, like the
Yeah.
amount of Iowa fans everywhere.
Yeah.
To me, it seems like I don't remember there being that many Iowa fans everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel really grateful to be in the position I'm in, and I honestly did not expect to have like any fans when I came here. Like I had no expectations in that sort of way, and I think fans liked that. I don't know. I don't really get it, honestly. If I'm being honest, at the end of the day, I don't get it, but I feel super grateful for it. And so it gives me a little bit of confidence. It makes me feel good when I hear the fans cheer for me when I'm checking in. So like I really appreciate that. But more than anything, it's just a testament to the fan base that Las Vegas has. Like we had a great fan base at Iowa, yes, but Las Vegas people, they want to support the WNBA. They want to support their women's basketball team here. And we have, football and hockey and women's basketball. And the fact that we get, sold out games and so many fans to come and cheer us on, it doesn't really matter what time of day it is, what day of the week, we're going to have fans that show up. So that's just super cool that I got brought into a team that has such a good fan base. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, well, thanks.
Last question, Rafiq.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark has improved a lot ever since the last time the Aces fought against her, and she even almost had a triple-double against the Phoenix Mercury. Like, what do you think the team's looking to do to actually like slow down the type of momentum that Caitlin Clark has built from since recent games?
Yeah, well, I think honestly, they're 7-4 in the month of June, the Fever. So, everyone on that team is playing really well. Kelsey Mitchell is shooting it really well at a high clip. Katie Lou is shooting it really well right now. Aaliyah has been playing super well. So I think really they're just finding a way to play with each other. They've been playing really good out of pick and roll. Caitlin gets trapped a lot in the pick and roll, and they're really learning how to make that extra pass and move offensively and play together. So I think that's how they've improved as a team over the month of June. And, it was just a matter of time, it takes adjustment, we're still adjusting as well. Right. But Caitlin's doing an amazing job. She's a stat sheet stuffer, like she's got however many boards, 13, 14 assists, 9 boards yesterday. So her game is dynamic. She is more than just a shooter. She is a really good passer, and she does a lot of great things. And, she draws a lot of attention, which is why a lot of her teammates get, the opportunities they do to score. So she creates a lot of that, and that they're learning how to play with each other. So that's why they're playing really well. So we're going to have to come out from the jump and play a good game tomorrow.